third traditional system of medicine in your syllabus, that is Unani. We have completed successfully two systems of medicine, that is Ayurveda and Siddha. Also, its ancillary topics like preparation of Triphala Swarna and as well as commonly used topmost plants in both of the systems. Today we are going to learn about Unani. In any system of medicine, we have to learn about the introduction and the scope of the system of medicine and the principles of that particular system of medicine. What is its principles? The system of medicine based on what basic principles and their concepts. Then, how do they diagnose the disease and how do they treat the disease? So, this is the steps. These are the steps to study in any system of medicine. As a part of, as a series of this tradition, we would like to go for Unani. The Unani or Tib, Unani, Unani or TIB, Tib. Both are one and same. So this is actually Greek origin. So this is originated from Greek system of medicine. Also, it depends entirely on principles of Greek medicine system. And also, it is said to be, it is prominently practiced during the Arabian civilization. So this is widely prominent in Arabian civilization. Hence, so the father of this system of medicine is said to be Hippocrates. Hippocrates and Galen. These two are Greek philosophers as well as Greek herbal doctors. These were they communicate and propagated this system of medicine widely in all over the world. This system of medicine is also practiced by most of the Christians or in Christian countries, Muslim countries. That is, as you know, it is also originated from Arabs, so Muslim countries, and also it was practiced by Yudus. Yudus, you know. So this is one tribe in Christians, Yudus, and also Hindus, and also Hindus. It is settled as now it is settled as a Hindu Pakistan traditional system of medicine, and now it is widely practiced in both North India as well as Pakistan. So stood as this is stood as Indian traditional system of medicine, one of the Indian traditional system of medicine after its settlement from the Arabian countries. Also, there are some traces that it is also there in Egyptian civilization. So, the historian are noted that this is also prominent during the Egyptian civilization also. So, this is a brief introduction and background of this system of medicine. And now we go for what are the principles of Unani system of medicine. So, the fundamental principles of Unani system was formulated by Hippocrates. Hence, the Hippocrates is considered as father of Unani. When you asked about who is the father of Unani, you have to say that Hippocrates is the Greek philosopher as well as Greek herbal doctor Hippocrates. So Hippocrates has formulated these theories, these different theories, and principles mainly based on four theories. So these four theories are known as Drushya Dafa theory. Drushya Dafa, DAPHA, Drushya Dafa theory, and also some principles. Again, these principles are entirely based on seven parts, or the principles are classified into seven parts. You should not get confused. The first point what I say is the Hippocrates has formulated the principles of Unani depending on four Drushya Dapa. Again, there are so many principles, more than 10 principles, but these 10 principles are closely associated with seven parts of principles. These seven parts of principles are only disseminating with other principles, so that you have to remember, you have to note that there are four Drishyadapa theories and seven parts of principles. Seven parts of principles. So, what are the seven Drishyadapa? Four Drishyadapa. Four Drishyadapa are Rakta, blood. The second one, Kapha, this is Kapham. The third one, Paicharasa, that is bile, Paicharasa, bile. And the fourth is Klomarasa, Klomarasa. So, the source of secretion of insulin is, is pancreas. So, this Klomarasa is secreted from pancreas. So, these are the four theories mostly rely on the entire Unani system or Tib system. Unani or Tib, both are same. So these are depends on these four kinds of theories, and you can see the principles in Unani system of medicine. The total structural and functional, also the metabolic activities of the body, the structural organization, the total functions of the body, as well as total physiological or metabolic activities are classified into seven parts within the principles. What are these seven parts? You have to note it down. Seven parts of principles according to Unani. What are these seven parts of principles in Unani? The first one is Arkan, Arkan, Arkan. Second one, Mizab, Mizab, Mizab. The third one, Akhalat, Achalat, Akhalat. Next one, Aja, Aja. Next one, Ru, that's all, Ru. And next one, Kova, Kova. And the next last one is Afal, Afal, Aphal, Afal. So these are seven parts. So the entire principles are associated are framed into these seven parts of the principles. Seven parts of the principles. Like that, the first part, you can see the first part. You can note it down, it as first principle. That is Arkan. So you have to give a number to the seven parts of the principle as number one. Again, in number one, you can write it as A as Arkan. What is this Arkan? The Arkan are almost similar to Panchabhutas or Panchadravyas. Panchabhutas in Ayurveda, Panchadravyas in Panchadravyas in dash. Are you able to follow me? ఆయుర్వేదంలో ఉన్న పంచభూతాలే ఇంకో దగ్గర పంచద్రవ్యాలు అన్నాం. ఎక్కడ? ఏ సిస్టమ్ ఆఫ్ మెడిసిన్‌లో? ఏ సిస్టమ్ ఆఫ్ మెడిసిన్‌లో? ఆ? సిద్ధాలు. సిద్ధాలు. సో uh, these Akkan elements are equal to or similar to Panchabhutas in Ayurveda and Pancha and Pancha. What are these in Siddha? Yes, in Siddha system of medicine. But here there is only four, not Pancha. Here Chaturtha. Only four are there in Unani. What are these four? Mitti. You can write them as Mitti. Mitti. Mitti means earth, soil, or Bhumi anamata. Mitti. Second one is Pani. You know, Pani means water. Third one, Hava. Hava means air, gali. And the fourth one is Ag. Ag means Agni, fire, Agni. These are the four. Arkan consists of four elements. So this is one of the part of the principle. Arkan is one of the part of the seven principles. And again, Arkan consists of four elements like Panchabhota in Ayurveda. I think you have understood. And you can write it as B in first principle only. B, Mezaz. Mezaz. M-I-Z-A-Z. Mezaz. So it indicates both the physical and chemical nature of the body. That's all. What is measures? The physical nature and chemical nature of body. Measures is the indication of both physical and chemical nature of the body. So this is the second part of the principle measures. And the third one is akilat. As I said you, what is this? Akilat. Akilat. So this akilat is again consists of some drushya dosha. Akilat is a compound of again some elements of drushya dosha. What are these elements of drushya dosha? So these are structural elements. The body is made up of with these elements. So these are the four some four drushya dosha elements are constructed. That is Akila. The first one is Rakta, second one is Kapha, fourth one is Paicharasa, third one is Paicharasa, and fourth one is Kramarasa. So what I said in starting, those four theories are nothing but Drushya Dafa. Dafa means dosha. అక్కడ చూడండి త్రిదోషాలు in Ayurveda. Like this, here four drushya dosa or four drushya dafa. Dafa is the word used in Unani. That is Arab word. Arab word. So Arabic word. We can say as dosa. That is drushya dosha. Four drushya dosas which are associated to structural aspects of the body. They confines for the structure of the body. Rakta, Kapha, Paicharasa, Klamarasa. So these are the active Drushya doshas which are comes under Akilat, and next Aja, Aja. This Aja is nothing but all the internal organs. All the internal organs comes under this part of the principle. This part of the principle. All internal organs. And the next one is Ru. Ru. What is Ru? Ru is nothing but the total biological energy which is inherently present in the body. So some energy is inherently present in our body that is known as Ru. That is biological energy means Jeva Shakti. Jeva Shakti. And the next one is Kova. Kova. Kova is the body energy. So that is Ru is the biological energy which is inherently present in our body. And the next one is Kova is the body energy. That is physical energy which is useful to do some works. So it is some physical force comes under this Kova. And the next one or the seventh one is, what is the seventh one? Afal. So this Afal is consists of all the metabolic activities, such as all the metabolic activity, that is biochemical reactions and other secretional reactions and body secretions and also hormones. All these internal secretions and internal uh, biochemical reactions, including enzyme pathways, all comes under this part of the principle of all. So this is the seven parts of the first principle. Seven parts of the first principle. What is first principle? The Unani is the structural unit and physiological properties of the body is classified into seven parts. That is the first principle. What are the seven parts? You can assign as A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Seven. Seven comes up to G, A to G. So these are Arkan, Mezaz, Akilat, Aja, Ru, Kova, Afal. Only in A part, that is Arkan. Again, this Arkan consists of four four bhota, like Panchabhota in Ayurveda. Those four bhota, that is Mitti, Pani, Hava, Ag. Mitti, Pani, Hava, Ag. No Akash here. Akash అనేది లేదు. Only four ఇక్కడ ఉంటాయి. అర్థమైందా? Then you go for second principle. The first principle only some complexity. First principle only you can see some complexity because of the first principle consists of seven parts. Again, the first part, Arkan, again has four bhotas. So this is the first principle. First principle is some most large and complicated. And the other principles are very simple. And you come to second principle. Second principle is, you know, and remaining principles are associated with the seven parts of the first principle. Understood? Again, the succession of second, third, fourth, fifth principles are explains with the help of those seven parts of the first principle. So, likewise, the second principle is the Arkan elements. You know what are Arkan elements? Mitti, Pani, Hava, Ag. These are the structural elements of the body. These are structural elements of the body, but they are united with the nature of the body. They are united with the nature of the body and to form some internal organs. Some internal organs. So these internal organs are nothing but aja. You can see, you can see at top what you have written under aja. Aja are nothing but all internal organs. All internal organs. So here the second principle explains or it describes that when the organ is made up of with four structural elements. Four structural elements. Those are mitti, pani, hawa, aag, and this is these are united with mesas. United with mesas. What is mesas? What is mesas? In first principle, I have explained the mesas. Mesas is nothing but both physical and chemical nature of the body. You see, these seven parts are only explaining as next principle and next principle and next principle. The second principle tells us that when the four bhotas are elements of arkan, four bhotas are nothing but elements of arkan. So these elements of arkan are structural elements. They are uniting with mesas, that is both the physical and chemical nature of the body, and to form internal organs, that means as aza. So all the internal organs are are unanimously or togetherly produce energy. This energy is known as ru or biological energy. Biological energy. If you understood the above seven parts of the principles, then you can understood easily the second principle. And this internal energy is useful to work the actional work, to do the actional works and to do the actional activities or physical activities. You can see all these seven parts are associated within within the second principle. Did you understood or not the second principle? You must say. Otherwise, I will repeat it. Any one of you should respond, say whether it is understood or not, or you require repetition. ఎవడు రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వట్లేదు, అందరూ అందరూ మీటింగ్లో ఉండి. ఆదిత్య చెప్పు, అర్థమైంది కదా? వెరీ గుడ్. ది సెవెన్ పార్ట్స్లోనే మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ రెండో ప్రిన్సిపల్ ఏమిటి, ఏది ఏ పని చేసి బాడీని ప్రిపేర్ చేస్తుంది అనేటువంటిది ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశారు. దెన్ యూ కెన్ రైట్ థర్డ్ ప్రిన్సిపల్. ది థర్డ్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ ఈజ్ mesas plays, that's all. Mesas plays an important role in diagnose and treatment of the disease in Unani system of medicine. That is the third principle. Very simple principle, third principle. Only first and second principles are somewhat complication. The third one is mesas. Mesas plays an important or crucial role in disease diagnosis and treatment in Unani system of medicine. That's all. There is nothing, anything to understand. ఇంకంతకంటే అందరూ అర్థం చేసుకోవడానికి ఏం లేదు. అండ్ ఫోర్త్ వన్, when all these elements are formed in a particular formulation or particular process, then the body will be formed. When all these elements are properly arranged or properly united, and ultimately a healthy body will be formed. That is the fourth principle. And the fifth one is the nature of the body depends on the four drushya dafa. What are four drushya dafa? So the nature, what is the principle here? The fifth principle, the nature of the body. Here you have to understand. You have to underline the nature. Why? Because the next principle explains the nature. So the nature of the body is depends on four drishya dafas. You know what are four drishya dafas? Rakta, Kapha, Paicharasa, Klomarasa. Rakta, Kapha, Paicharasa, Klomarasa. So the nature of the body is always depends on four drishya dafas. Then within the same principle only, then the nature of the body is specific individuals. Specific individuals. Your nature of the body is specific, and my nature of the body is specific, and the Purnachandra body is nature of the body is specific, so on. So nature of the body will never overcomes with other. The nature of the body will never overlaps with the nature of the other bodies. So that is it is specific. It is specific. Understand? That is, it comes by birth. By birth only, a specific person has a specific type of nature by birth only. So that is the principle here. But this nature is always depends on four drishya dafas. That should you have to remember. And the next principle, I think, sixth principle. So when the drishya dapas are in balance, the body will be healthy. Otherwise, when a if a variation occurs in the proportion of these four drushyadapas, the body will go to some ailment. The body will expose it to some ailment. So this principle is also we have learned in Ayurveda. When the tridoshas, when the tridoshas are equilibrium state or in balance, the body will be healthy. Otherwise, any variations occurs in tridosas, thus body will be undergoes some ailment. So the same principle here also. What is the principle here? The drishya dafas or drishya doshas. Four drishya doshas or four drishya dafas. Those are rakta, kapha, paicharasa and pramarasa. When they are in equilibrium state in the body will be or the person will be healthy. If the variation occurs in any proportion of these drushadapas in the body, then the body will face to some ailment or disease. So when the body requires to balance of drushadapas, you have to repair those drushadapas. You have to make them balance. Then again the body will comes to healthy. The body will comes to healthy. And the next principle, from the according to Unani system of medicine, every person has his own nature. Every person has his own nature by his birth, and also he has a particular autoimmune system. So these are the 2 points which are included in the seventh principle, I think. Next number, seventh principle. According to Unani system of medicine, every person has his own nature of the body. In preceding principles also, we have discussed the same. A specific person has a specific nature. Here also, the person has his own distinguished nature. The nature of the both physical and chemical natures. The nature of the persons will never overlap with the nature of the other persons. And also The person has a specific and a distinguished and his own autoimmune system. Autoimmune system. So this autoimmune system will help him to to recover the body or to exposure the ailment. So this is all depend on his autoimmune system. So this is the principle of 7. Then you go for next principle, I think 8. So here the this principle is uh, shows emphasis on regeneration of the energy. Regeneration of the energy. When there are biological energy and body energy are present in the body, when the biological energy and body energy are plays an important role in occurrence of disease as well as cure of disease. Cure of disease. These energies will fight with the ailments. What energies? You can see Ru and Kova. Ru is the biological energy, Kova is the body energy. These Ru and Kova are plays an important role in fighting with the ailment in order to cure the ailment. Means occurrence of the disease, in case of occurrence of disease, in condition of or in case of control of the disease, both Ru and Kova plays an important role. So this is the next principle. And the next principle, I think ninth. So this Unani practitioner, next principle, Unani practitioner should always try to try to control the disease or manage the disease. Not control, sorry, to manage the disease, but not he should strive or he should try to control the energies and control the activities in the body. Are you able to understand? The Unani practitioner or Unani doctor should always try to manage the disease. How to manage the disease or how to cure the disease. What are the causes and what are the root causes to occurrence of this disease? How can it manage at level best, at his level best? But he should not go for the complete arresting or stopping of the activities that are being takes place in the body without stopping or arresting the various metabolic activities in the body. He has to manage the disease. So that is the principle, and it gives a more emphasis or more stress on his. What is the more stress on it? A medicinal practitioner or Unani practitioner has to manage a disease always. He should never try to interpret or disturb the various metabolic activities in the body, and he never try to stop the various activities of the body without stopping, without arresting, without disturbing the various metabolic activities in the body. He has to manage the disease. This is the main instruction in the principle. This is one of the instructions of the principles. Did you understood? Then I go for next principle. Did you understood or not? Say yes or no. Okay. Then we go for next principle. What is the number of next principle? What is the number of next principle? I think 10th. So the Unani gives most vital place for the management of the disease, especially the environmental effect, and the atmospheric conditions, and you should do's or not do's and not do's. So this is the these are the prominent activities that are given by the Unani. Unani shows interest on do's and don't do's and don't do's, and also it gives it gives stress on environmental effect, atmospheric condition, atmospheric condition, and healthy practices, and also resistance in the plant body, sorry, human body. They try to improve the resistance in human body. So if you observe these statements, you can came to know in any system of medicine. So these are crucial. When you follow good health and hygiene practices, if you live at good environmental conditions and atmospheric conditions, if you follow good food habits, then you can manage your health easily yourself. No need of any kind of system of medicine. So the Unani system of medicine gives the importance, first of all, for their management of disease. How can we manage the disease, or how can we manage the health by living in good atmospheric and environmental conditions? And if you can live in good air and water, and you have to follow good health and hygiene conditions, and by boosting you the resistance power by some food habits, all these it gives main importance. Later they will treat the patient. They gives importance all these habits, and then it go for treatment. Unnecessarily they don't give treatment. Unnecessarily they don't use medicines. Understand? So what are the suggestions by under this principle, this 10th principle only? They suggest, means Unani practitioners or suggest A, and you can write again as ABCD. A, the pure air or fresh air, first one. A, B, hygiene, hygiene, food and water, hygienic food and water. C, the self confidence. You can show the self confidence. D, so you have to remember only necessary things, and you should forego unnecessary things. That is the D. I will explain again. And E, good character and conduct. Good character and conduct. Or also you can write it as code of conduct. Good code of conduct. F, F, rest and rest and sleep at at particular times. So this is they suggest in the 10th principle. They suggest like this. What they suggest, what is the summary and essence of this principle is, the Unani practitioners will suggest good habits for the patient. Later they give treatment. Unnecessarily they don't give treatment. They suggest good health habits for good boosting for the resistance, so to live best environment, so on. In this series in this series they suggest that you have to live in only at fresh air, not in polluted air. B, the hygienic food and water, ఫుడ్ అండ్ డ్రింక్స్ అంటే ఆహార పానీయాలు పరిశుభ్రంగా ఉండాలి. అండ్ ది సి ఆర్ థర్డ్ వన్ ఈస్ you have to healthy self confidence. So this is the most important for the good health. As psychologists also suggest that sound mind in a sound body. Sound mind in a sound body. If your mind is sound, then your body will be sound. When your body is sound, your mind will be sound and your mind will be work in proper way. So that is the third one. And the fourth one is only only useful things you have to remember. Other essential, not essential, unessential things you should forgo. If you remember unnecessary things forever, it will cause to your ill health. ఏవో జరిగిపోయినవి, అవి గుర్తుంచుకోకూడనివి, అవే మనసులో పెట్టుకొని గుర్తుంచుకొని అవే పెట్టుకుని ఉంటే ఆరోగ్యం పోతుంది. సో అదే చెప్పాడు ఇక్కడ. ఓన్లీ యూ హ్యావ్ టు రిమెంబర్ necessary things, needful things, useful things. You must forego or you should avoid the unnecessary things, useless things. Understood? Then your body will be healthy. You should far from all kinds of diseases and ailments. And the next one is code of conduct. Code of conduct. You must have a good character and conduct. If the character and conduct is bad, you will expose some other unwanted or anti-social events or activities. So this is very important. If you the patient or if a human beings are exposed to any other unwanted things or anti-social events, then their body will goes ill health. He will do errors one by one to escape from the previous error. To escape from the one previous error, he will do another error. If he don't have a good code of conduct, if a person has good code of conduct, he will be healthy because of he never goes to bad activities or unnecessary activities or antisocial activities. When the person have good code of conduct, his body will be healthy. So here you can see the philosophy of the Unani system of medicine is also associated with some our psychological, mental, and spiritual aspects. This is the philosophy of the Unani system of medicine is depending or it is associated with other aspects like philosophical, psychological, mental, and also social activities. So this is the fourth one of the 10th principle. And the fifth one, sufficient rest and sufficient sleep at restricted times or particular times. So you have to take sufficient rest and you have to take sufficient sleep. So the rest and sleep are also equally important to that of food and drinks. ఆహార పానీయాలు ఎంత అవసరమో మనిషికి తగినంత విశ్రాంతి, తగినంత నిద్ర కూడా అవసరమే. సో ఇవి ఉన్నప్పుడు ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఆల్ దీస్ points in your mind, then your body will be healthy. Otherwise, a disturbance or a variations will occur in the proportion of four drushya dafas, and that body will be exposed to some ailment. Understand? So this is the main principle. And the 11th one, 11th principle. So Unani system of medicine is depends on Unani system of medicine is depends on the herbal drugs which are available in and around their surroundings, herbal drugs, and animal products, animal products, minerals, minerals, and also metals, like in Siddha. In Siddha, also, we have seen yesterday what are their drugs and how their drugs are also classified. They have classified into six types of drugs. All these drugs are made up of with metals, minerals, rocks, mercury, and other arsenics, and so on. We have learned yesterday. But here, the Unani system of medicine is chiefly depend on for the preparation of medicines. The first